Hello everybody, I am Baltmatrix and today is Monday, October 3rd, 2022. Where the heck did September go? It was like, hey, it's beginning of September and then poof, gone. Anyway, there's some giant robot news over the weekend, just a smidge. Let's go ahead and get into it. The first bit of news is we have our first in-hand look at Transformers Cross Tonka, the Tonkanator. This Target-exclusive release is a special redeco of the G1 Constructicons in Tonka's yellow and black color scheme, now renamed as Heroic Autobot Warrior Tonkanator. And this set of pictures comes from TFW 2005 board member Analog. So let's go ahead and take a look. And it's a bright Tonka yellow Devastator, which I actually kind of like. I like it. I think it's a neat idea. Maybe the Tonkanator could be before the Decepticons corrupted them, and then Devastator is after the Decepticons corrupted them. Because that's what happened in that one episode of G1, which name is escaping me right now. A quick Google search tells me it was The Secret of Omega Supreme was the title. Now, here is the Tonkanator, here on the right, with the original Generation 1, or is that a Generation 2 yellow Devastator? I do wish there were some stickers, or some better stickers, but I actually like the black. It's more of a really dark charcoal than the purple. And then here's Orange Devastator next to it. I think this is a neat set. I already have two G1 Constructicon sets, so I'm not going to pick this up. But it's a neat set. Get your G1 on with some Tonka love. I think it's a good idea. I seriously doubt they would ever do the Studio Series Constructicons in this color scheme. That would be really funny, though. Next up, we've got our next 3-0 MDLX, and that is Cliff Jumper. And this is a teaser image. I'm only mentioning it because I think it looks good, and I love the head sculpt, and I think this mold works better for Cliff Jumper for some reason. Even though, yes, Cliff Jumper transformed into a Porsche and not a VW Bug. But I like the coloring on this. The black, the gunmetal gray, the silver, and the red pop. They really pop. I'm really liking the look of this. I'm not going to pick it up, but I still think it looks cool. Next up, there is some more Transformers Rise of the Beasts news, but this is kind of a non-news story, but I'm including it anyway, because gotta hit those 10 minutes, baby. We've got our first indication of Battle Changer Optimus Prime, and it'll join the rest of the line. We've got Optimus Prime, Rhinox, Bumblebee, Someone Unknown, Mirage, and Scourge. We still have no idea what the heck this line is. Don't know. Haven't got a clue. We'll find out probably at Toy Fair in February. Next up are some Legacy Tarn behind the scenes and in-hand images look. This is care of Mark Mars. Instagram? Is it Instagram or Twitter? I don't know. It doesn't say. Anyway, I think Tarn looks good. Now, a lot of folks on Twitter are not really sold on it. In fact, they're kind of meh. That's fine. It's okay to not be thrilled about something or to just not feel anything at all. That's perfectly okay. I'm excited for this figure, but the thing that I think is more interesting is they've managed to get this figure without a backpack whatsoever, which is really interesting. I mean, yes, you can... what is it? You can ping or peg the gun into the guns or cannons into the back somehow, I think. But the backpack's flush. In fact, I think the backpack's just going to lift up enough for you to be able to swing the shoulders down and flip the head inside. That is some really nice engineering. But that's really interesting because I also remember the original Tarn figure, or I'm sorry, Koltor from MMC being a very simple figure. And I don't mean that as a negative. It was a very simple figure to transform. And this one is going to be too, I'm thinking. But I'm still looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a cool figure. And speaking of cool, it's going to have freaking light piping, so that's got to be a bonus. Next, we've got some info about Core Class Dinobots possibly being reused as Dino King. Now, this comes from Evan, the Hasbro designer who presented the Core Class Dinos on Friday's live stream. He didn't out and out say what they're doing, but Ultimately, we went with 6 core class bots, and perhaps we'll get some other future purposes out of these molds. It's Dino King. I mean, we're talking Dino King from Transformers Victory here is what we're referring to. And yeah, I'm down for that. And the core class dinos can peg in with all the weaponizers. That's just perfect. I love that. Absolutely love it. And here's Sludge. You'll have to watch the live stream that I was on with Dr. Franken, Dr. Lockdown, Toyman, and some other folks to get that joke. But here's Slug and Sludge combining. And here are the... God, stop that. Stupid extensions. And here are the Dino King molds that we're talking about. Now, Dino King was Monstructor with different Pretender shells that were all based off dinosaurs. And they were in Transformers Victory. We've got a T-Rex, a Stegosaurus, an Ankylosaurus, a Pterodon, an Apatosaurus, or a Brachiosaurus, and a Triceratops. 6 dinos. 5 of them are already Dinobots. Yeah, I can see it. I can totally see it, and I'm here for it. I love this idea. Will it happen? Probably. I mean, look at Volcanicus' head. Let's see if we can find that image. Yeah, I mean, those 2 spokes coming out of the top. Yeah, I mean, look at his head there, and then look at Dino King's head. Just a slight remolding, and you've got Dino King's head. I mean, you've even got the little thing in the tummy. That works. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this set. I'm very much looking forward to this set in whatever color scheme it comes in. Now, before I leave you today, just one last review of the PulseCon 2022 reveals. Just wanted to point this out. All of the sites, including TFW, have the actual breakdown of everything. Some sites, TFW specifically, has these 360-degree turnaround videos. I really like these for the Alpha Trion and Orion packs and the Shatterglass Soundwave. They have the actual toys. For all the other figures, it's CAD drawings, unfortunately. The one I want to call attention to is Hot Shots, which there's been a lot of consternation online over the weekend about, oh my god, Hot Shot's backpack is huge. Oh my god, his hips or the back of his legs are gigantic. Who cares? Who frickin' cares? It's 2022. It doesn't matter, folks. It just doesn't matter. We're getting a bunch of cool figures that I'm looking forward to, then you should be looking forward to as well. Now that I'm off my soapbox, one thing that we have all missed, I think, is that Sludge, his legs aren't exactly what we thought they were. So, what I mean by that is, let's get back to the beginning of this video. These giant things coming off his hips, those are actually the figure's thighs. There is a large gap between what looks like the upper thigh and the knees. And we can find that down in the pictures. And we just got to get down there. So, here, let me open these in different tabs so you can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so you see this section here where my cursor is? These are the upper thighs, lower crotch. Those aren't connected to the sections that are the knees. The actual legs start out coming at the top of the hips, going down, and then connect sideways to the knees. They're not connected in any way to the hips, or where we think the hips would normally be. That's because of the transformation and the combination. So you could see it a little bit better here. There's a lot of extra space, and they just kind of rub up against each other. Yeah, I was kind of blown away by that, but I get it. It makes sense given the fact of how it needs to transform for the combined mode. So this is the image of the combined mode, and you'll see these are the hip sections. And see how they're folding and folded straight back? There's nothing connecting on the tips of the bottom of those hip sections where the upper thighs would be, as opposed to, the whole leg sections are folded up underneath and connected to the, outside of the hips. Because these right here, these silver or the gold parts, those are his toes. And then these thigh sections, or what look like thigh sections for the combined mode, those are those giant pieces that are sticking off the side of Sludge. So I'm standing by this. I really think that that's the way it works, is that those giant thigh sections that we see in the robot mode of Sludge are actually connected in different ways than the pictures are making it look. And that's fine. I have no problem with that. It just looks weird. Alright, everybody, that's it for Monday, October 3rd, 2021. Let me know what you think of all this news down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Baltmatrix, and I will catch you all next time.